Our product used the conventions of traditional genre in film. Our piece falls into the genre of mystery and horror, as the audience is unclear of what is happening from the start, but at the end there is a sudden cut off to the scene with the popped basketball and fake blood. The horror aspect is obviously the blood, which relates to the concept of death. We also use a linear structure format in our piece relating to the traditional cinema conventions of going in order, having one action follow the next with no flashbacks. The project represents the social group of a teenager. In this film, Dylan played the role as a teenage boy going to play basketball before a sudden traumatic event that occurs unexpectedly. Despite the outcome of the film, the social group of teenagers is presented through mise-en-scene, through the clothing that Dylan is wearing, which would be a stereotypical teenage boy's outfit. Our product engages with audiences from the start, where the audience is intrigued with what is occurring in the film. We incorporated upbeat music with quick cuts all around the kitchen scenery. This created a sense of curiosity to what is actually occurring. Once the teenage boy character is introduced, the audience is now engaged and intrigued to know who he is and what role he is going to play in the film. As the film goes on and he gets more screen time, the audience is kept intrigued due to the constant shift in camera angles and switch in scenery, as well as the incorporation of different music and pauses, which also create a shift in the tone, multiple times within the film. As a real media text, this product would be introduced as a movie opener that would wrap a movie in itself further down into the production process. This would occur after a large production company took this 2-minute clip and used their imagination and expertise to create a beautiful cinematic masterpiece. To start the project, we had a general idea of the storyline and how we would present our project. However, we did not know how to make it an in-depth cinema opening to the excellent extent. By completing this project, we were able to analyze different camera angles, shots, and frame size. Our knowledge on this field grew tremendously as we were able to adapt to the environment to create camera shots that fit perfectly. Our mise-en-scene was intricate and full of information that represents the teenage lifestyle. The use of diegetic sound with the basketball and human dialogue and the songs playing within Dylan's AirPods allowed the audience to feel connected to the sound that the actor was experiencing. However, the non-diegetic sounds, such as the song Valerie and the heartbeat, gave the audience an understanding that allowed them to obtain the details that the actor could not. The acting and body language became more detailed to fit the narrative of our project. In terms of editing, we went from quick cuts and simple music overlay to the implementation of sound variation on beat transitions and quick setting shifts. In addition, we spent multiple hours ensuring that the editing process was perfect and that every clip was placed in a meaningful way. Lastly, we were able to implement digital wording to the project to put forth the producer tags and information to avoid the risk of experiencing copyright issues. Throughout the course of the project, my group and I learned how to integrate the different technologies related to the cinema field. We utilized an iPhone 15 to film the project and used a tripod for certain clips that needed a still stand. We edited on an Apple MacBook Pro. We specifically used an app called LumaFusions to edit the piece together of the clips of our project. There, we added transitions, slowed the clips down, increased and decreased sound, and adjusted color overlay. We used an online website called Spotify to extract the music that we had in the background. The final piece of the film opening, it included a heartbeat. We took screen-recorded video from YouTube and implemented the sound aspect of that clip, but deleting the visual aspect. Thank you for your time. That was my critical reflection for our film opening for ACE Media Studies.